Hi, I'm Dennis from the Hard Rock Show and Espionage, and these guys are...
Dave from Demonhead.
And Andrew from Demonhead.
And I'm Andrew from Harlott, and you're watching the Hard Rock Show.
Welcome to this special episode of the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew.
I'm Dennis, and I'm drinking, so you know what the fuck that means.
I'm Jimmy. How are you?
Oh
Good.
God, this again? Really? You haven't done it for a few weeks.
Hope you're well.
No, we all do. You're all watching, hopefully. Tonight's a special episode. We have 3 bands launching 3 products. When, Dennis?
April 24th at the Bendigo Hotel, Harlott album, Demonhead album, Espionage EP. With Hidden Intent from South Australia and I Have the Enemy.
Australia. Dickhead. Now, that is the reason why we've got 2 interviews for you. We have Demonhead and Harlott, and we're going to review this clown's debut EP with Espionage as well, so get ready, you're in for a treat. But before we get into anything else, Dennis is going to kick it off.
Tonight's classic clip, Hudson, this one is for you. King Diamond
Do it with a kiss.
Welcome Home! Run more!
First up for you tonight, we have Demonhead with their second release, Bring On The Doom. 10 tracks, 40 minutes. It's their first album, but it is their second release overall. Now, if you like your thrash, you'll enjoy this, but it has more groove than traditional thrash. It's not frantic, it's mid-pace, pounding, yet melodic. A little raw, a little retro, a bit of 80s to this one. And I reckon there's a big theme going on with music these days, and the 80s making a comeback in the cycle.
30-year cycle.
Yeah. If you like Sudden State or Metallica's overall library, you'll get a kick out of this release. Don't just take one album from Metallica. You got like the whole library.
Yeah, I'll pay that.
Catchy hooks. This album is memorable and it is well done overall. The production suits the style. The vocals do need more work, but the harmonies are fantastic on here. The rhythm section and the solos are great. Great tempo and riff changes. I like them a lot. Good party music. But it's a good listen overall regardless, but it's great party music. It's metal to heavy rock. If you like those things, then get on this album right now. The last track is an instrumental called Reflections of a Journey Past. It's a beautiful piece of music.
Speaks a lot without any words.
It's a beautiful piece of music. The mix, it sparkles, and it's the perfect way to end this release. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I picked Bring On The Doom, Valley of Allegiance, Moon Lust for Life, that's right. Hellbent on Disaster, and The Hunt. I liked a lot of this album, so do check it out.
Demonhead, great band, great dudes. I believe they recorded this themselves, but Chris the Malco mixed and mastered it. So I think they did everything else themselves.
We should also mention that Dave Lowe's from this band does Trencor magazine, so check that out as well.
He's a fucking legend.
Yep, great supporter of the scene.
Alright, the thing that stood out for me most was the vocals. The gang vocals sound like a fucking party.
Yeah.
That's a party fucking mix.
I love the Leprechaun track on
Yeah. Frosty and Ollie, my little slut faces from Espionage, they helped out with the gang vocals. And I could hear them. It was fun. I was supposed to be there for the gang vocal recording.
But you were drunk and forgot.
No, I actually had work. You know, some people have to work, Andrew.
Yeah,
Jesus
not you. I start at work 5 a.m. tomorrow, so get on with it.
No. This is what I wish the gang vocals and vocals sounded like on the Espionage EP, but we had no clue what we were doing. This sounds like drinking, quotation marks. Someone said that, I don't know who. Guitars sound great. Acoustic guitars sound fucking amazing. The vocal work is brilliant. This is a fucking good album. So much groove, like you were saying.
Yeah, the groove is
They're
big.
great live too. So get to our triple launch show next week. and check them out. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. My standouts are Valley of Allegiance, Where the Ashes Lay, Leprechauns, and The Hunt.
Nice.
Fairly strong release, I thought. Traditional 80s metal with some thrash influences.
Mm-hmm.
It's party music.
First song reminded me a lot of Anthrax, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. I get that.
Yeah, it's like Anthrax fucked with Van Halen. And
Gag order.
But then the rest of the album kind of changed, and I
Maybe.
thought it's some pretty good songs, played and recorded really well. Chris the Malco, of course. I'm not sold on the vocals, I must admit.
What?
No, I think he's got a great voice, or a good voice, but I'm not sure that the mix did it justice. That I don't know.
It might be the fact that they recorded themselves, though, and
Maybe.
Chris did the rest.
And over time he's going to improve, clearly. Still, it's a strong release. I hear that they're great live, like you say.
Great.
But definitely a band to watch. What have I written here?
You'll
Overall, a little more work on the backing vocals to make them gel more would really add to the package. That's just a personal taste of mine. It's not
fair
a real criticism. It's just what I like to hear. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I had Bring on the Doom and Hellbent on Disaster as my songs.
Nice. Well, I guess we've all crossed over on those ones, but we'll give you a taste right now. And then we're going to go to an interview as well that we did with the boys when they came in to have a little chat with us. So
Which I
actually, we'll go to the
totally
interview
failed
first,
at.
give you a taste of the music in between somewhere, and then we'll come back and give you some more goodness. I've taken over. I don't know what part I'm going to put this in post-production, but Dennis was doing the interview, and that was just going to shit. So I'm here now with the guys from Demonhead. How are you today?
Good man, he's thrown us a lifeline. Thank you.
Now, let's go back to the beginning and introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
I'm Andrew and I play the guitar.
And I'm Dave, and I play guitar and sing. So,
Now, you had an EP a while back, this one here.
Demonology 101.
Yep. And you've now got an album about to drop on the 24th of April at the Bendigo Hotel.
Yep.
yes.
So tell us the album title and what people can expect from it.
Well, the album title is Bring on the Doom, which pretty self-explanatory. It's just we try to take some of the metal cliches and just make them a bit of fun and have a bit of a laugh and put out some cool tunes. It's sort of if you've heard with us before, it's just another progression, I guess. Like a little bit more melodic, a lot more vocal. Got used a lot more of the harmonies because we've got now that Az has joined the band, we've got been utilising the vocals a bit more and a lot of gang vocals, probably almost more gang vocals than solos. So yeah, it was cool. There's lots of guys that came in and helped us out on that one. So that's cool.
Since the first EP, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
To the album, you've gone through a lot internally within the band and in your personal lives and all that sort of stuff. So what has changed about your music and the sound, as well as the way you approach doing music now from then?
We're a lot more mature since, since we got back together. A lot of things went down. We basically, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to play. Walking frame, back was gone. We lost members. It was down to me and Rue. And we started, we had the drums done. And when we picked it up again, we decided, all right, let's just really concentrate on what we're going to make these songs. Like we had all the skeletons there and then we worked on the guitar stuff. And I think it's, the songwriting's come a long way as well, as far as, it's still got the raw attitude from that, but it's a lot more twin guitar, I guess. We really concentrate on where the guitar's going to sit, what each part, if I'm, rather than just both chugging on a riff, how we can use a different nuance of a chord or variations to, even with all through the rhythms and everything, to try and give it a bit more space that. It doesn't happen a lot in metal music where it's more straight up, where we're trying to give that kind of rock, bigger feel, because we've got a bit of space and a bit more groove, and we're not a really fast, I guess, we're not really a fast band. It's more that, mid-tempo sort of stuff. And just really trying to make it as interesting as possible, I guess, rather than just one layer, one sound. And
So I asked this question of Mr. Hudson from Harlott, and I'm going to ask it to you guys too, and that is, what are you going to do on the night of the launch that's going to try and make you stand out from the rest of the bands? Pipe down in the plum gallery.
go on before. Hudson and steal all his jokes.
You bastard!
Or just point at him and laugh.
Yeah,
I'll be in the beer garden.
that's because you're an asshole.
You fucking...
You dickhead. No, I think just even sound wise, we sort of don't really have a home, I guess, like somewhere where I could say certain bands that definitely we should play with. So I think the whole night is kind of a cool variations between the bands,
it's
which
interesting lineup.
was where we sat down and worked out, let's do it. We wanted to make it kind of a cool night where there's sort of a common thread, but not every band the same or whatever. So I think even just that by itself is going to make everybody, it's like a breath of fresh air, every different band. Like, but no, we'll come on, we'll have a bit of a play. we'll
Do
play,
what we always do.
yeah, just rock out. We'll get our circle pit jig going with the Leprechauns. So for anyone that doesn't know, when we play Leprechauns, the stupid song we were talking about before, instead of having a circle pit, we all jig when we're playing the jig part. And
Except for me, I can't do two things at once. I can only play guitar or do a poo. I can't do both at once.
So you're about to drop the album.
Yep.
It's a long time coming for you guys, but what is coming up in the future for Demonhead?
Gigs. Gigs? Anyone got any gigs? No, we've got Legions of Steel, which is coming up. That's, I think, June 13. Well, we obviously got the launch on the 24th. We're off to Sydney to launch the following night on the Saturday. And then in the pipe, we've got a tour with Espionage.
Espionage. That's espionage. Now I'm going to start calling them espionage.
You know you're fucked on the night, right? Anyway, Dennis is just over there.
Yeah,
After
so
I kicked him off.
that's in the works for probably looking from August onwards to we're going to go take it regional. A lot of that's part of the plan. Mostly regional Victoria at this stage because that's where we know and it's driving distance. So and then obviously all the capital cities as well. So
Well, thank you very much for coming down today. We'll see you guys on the 24th.
no worries, come down. You guys will be there. Hopefully.
Sure.
Yeah. See Denden. And hopefully you guys will be down there too because even if you think we're shit, there's some good bands on. So.
Next up for our triple header tonight is Harlott with their second album, Proliferation. 12 tracks, 44 minutes. Like I said, second album from Melbourne 4-piece. Definitely one to check out. But Dennis wants to go first.
I've been waiting for this album for far too fucking long. This was my number one album of 2015 before I even heard it, before it was even finished, actually.
And you've done the same thing.
Clearly my favourite local band. The follow-up to their incredible 2013 album titled Origin, giving us another 12 tracks of pure, relentless fucking thrash metal. Chris the Melko is at the controls again, producing this beast of an album. You, sir, are the best.
He is.
Aside from praising you and the band every chance I get, the only thing I can nitpick is the guitar tone and the vocal mix, which I reckon was better on the previous album, and I reckon the artwork for the album is pretty fucking bad, but...
You couldn't resist.
Other than that, everything fucking sounds great. The drums especially. I'm going to miss Daniel. He's leaving them after the launch show. I might poach him for Espionage, but who knows. I thought the lead guitar work was...
You haven't told your drummer that, have you?
Oh, he's filling. I thought the lead guitar work was much more creative this time around, as expected, because Ryan is a fucking gun of a guitarist. I don't know if fucking Themelko pushed him. In the midst of all the thrashy, heavy, creamy goodness, there are some clean and melodic parts which I just loved. Perhaps that's what I love most about Harlott. The fact that they're not trying to play Angel of Death at 300 beats per minute, like every other thrash band. Mm-hmm. Loki from Hybrid Nightmares makes a fucking very black metal guest appearance on the song The Fading Light, and it's fucking out of this world. If this isn't my album of the year, I'll eat another party hat on TV. I gave it a fucking 9.99999 out of 10. My standouts were Proliferation, Systematic Reduction, The Fading Light, Civil Unrest, Hellbent, Cross Contamination, and Means to an End. They're all fucking great.
What I love about Harlott is that when I listen to them,
You want to punch shit?
they remind me of the really early thrash bands that had that anger and fire in them that doesn't
The
really
fire is
exist
there, yeah.
anymore.
Yep.
And well,
In a lot of
you'll see
thrash
from the
bands.
interview, Hudson, he sounds so fucking angry on record, but
Well,
in
I'm-
person, he's the funniest
I'm just
motherfucker
gonna-
alive.
Can I talk about him
Yeah,
or what?
okay, whatever.
Hudson, Mr. Hudson. I call him Mr. Hudson. He looks like the most mild-mannered bloke you'll ever meet. But when he sings, you know that it's real, and the anger that comes out of that guy's voice is pretty amazing, I reckon. When you look at him and then you hear him sing, it's like two completely different people. This album is an oral assault on my ears. It's
And you loved it, didn't you?
I loved it. Angry, brutal thrash, but there's melodic parts to it.
Oh, yeah.
People who like Creator, Slayer, Sadist, Nuclear Assault, bands like that
Yep.
should really listen to this. If you're an old dude that, like me that used to be really into the 80s thrash and you listen to thrash nowadays and you think, fuck, that's just crap, listen to this band because they will take you back to what it was.
But it's not as dirty as those other bands.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's modern.
Yeah.
I will go out on a limb and say this is the best thrash band from Australia that I've ever heard in my life.
No doubt.
Yep. I would go with that.
Chris the Melko, we've already talked about him. He's good. If you like thrash, and even if you don't like thrash, if you just like
No, you
heavy
gotta
metal
check it out,
music,
yeah.
you should
Yep.
really have a listen to this because I think it'll surprise a lot of people. I gave it a 9 out of 10. My songs were Lord of War, Cross Contamination, and Bloodlust.
Nice. Well, the
And we've
time
run
has
out of
run out,
time.
so I'm going to have to be very quick on
My
this one.
apologies, Andrew.
Bullshit.
It was he took it all.
Oh,
up
shut up, the
anyway.
both of you! Okay, now this is fast, heavy, and aggressive, but done in the way that I like it to be done. The riffs and the guitar work are fantastic, second to none going across the board. Who the fuck is Jimmy? Naughty boy! We'll bottle him up the arse later. Anyway, the drummer in this band has got to be
Daniel-
fucking
Daniel,
nuts.
he's amazing.
Because I'm telling you right now, to play this full bore is just fucking
He
insane.
does it,
Yeah.
and he's leaving.
I know. Just why? Fucking hell. Anyway,
Oh, here's his reason.
nice tempo changes, frantic energy overall, but it's just the right length to this album. It doesn't go too
Yes.
long, it's not too short. It's just that right pocket
It is.
to keep your attention. The production is fantastic. We'll talk about Themelko here. We cannot mention this guy highly enough. Thank you very much for another great release. All three bands we're featuring tonight have been produced by you in some way, shape, or form. This picks up right where Origin left off.
Oh, yeah.
The growth and improvement is still there, but it's also still the same formula from the past album. So if you liked the last album, Origin, which I know a lot of you out there did, you must check this out because you will love this one just as much, if not more. If you like heavy at all and you don't check this out, there is something seriously fucking wrong with you. This is a great release. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I picked Denature, Restless, The Fading Light, although I did not like the black metal part in the middle of it. Didn't do it for
Really?
me.
I
didn't
thought it was
like
awesome.
Oh, this is
I
fucking
thought that
amazing.
was the worst part of the album, to be
Wow.
honest. Yep. That said,
God.
it's still a great album, but
Yeah.
I just didn't like that part.
Yeah.
I also picked Lord of War and Civil Unrest. We'll go to the interview we did with Hudson, which you'll see how much fun he has with us when he comes in, and we'll give you a taste of the music as well. We are here with Hudson from Harlott. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you. Now, the last time you had Dennis interviewing you.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that did.
Yeah.
We're going to do things a bit better this time. So, again, for those that don't know you, introduce yourself and what you do in the band.
I'm Andrew Hudson, and I am Harlott. I write everything, I play everything, and I exist to thrash.
The reason for you being here today, though, is you're about to drop your second album.
Yes.
The last one, Origin, met with pretty good reviews from us.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for that, by the way.
no worries.
You obviously got my check.
Yes, very small one, about 5 cents worth. That's about how much we're worth. So
The musician.
yeah, that was your royalties.
Yeah,
for the year.
that was there. Thanks, iTunes.
Yeah,
Cheers.
but you're about to launch your second
Album number 2,
Yep,
Proliferation.
that's what it's called.
Yes.
Okay, so tell people what they can expect from that album versus the one we previously reviewed.
More of the same.
More of the same.
More of the same.
Nothing
We
different.
seem to have had a good thing going, so I just wrote it again, effectively. I went 12 more songs of that, please. And I just got out my notepad and got out my cheat sheet and just wrote an album. It's all right. If you like the first one, you'll probably enjoy it.
Well, we'll
somewhat.
be the judge of whether it's all right or not.
Yes, as the universal board of standards.
That's not gonna
Channel
help anyone.
31,
Yeah,
watch
that's-
out.
Yeah, our standards are pretty
On the
fucking
fucking
low.
case. Look, it's just thrash metal. It's
Yeah.
fast and it's angry, and there's a bit of melody, there's a bit of groove, but it's mostly just fucking angry music.
Yep.
It's how I get it out, and it's why I'm so cheery all the fucking time because I'm exhausted from my needlessly aggressive music.
As you sit here today, last night you did a pretty amazing gig.
The night before last night.
Oh, night before, sorry.
Yes, the
Wasn't
penultimate night.
The penultimate night, sorry. So the night before last, you
Yes.
did a pretty cool gig.
I played with Dave Ellefson.
You did.
David Ellefson from Megadeth. In case you're unaware who that was, we opened up to a crowd of mostly seated elderly gentlemen
How'd
who are
that go
probably
for you?
seated and elderly at this moment watching me insult them. I did not think that through. It was awesome. They were really responsive. They were tapping their feet in their seats and having a bit of a nod. They loved it. I think
You hope.
they may have just been off their, I don't know. I don't want to go into it too much. We had a good reception and some people bought some things. I got to meet Dave Ellefson, and there's a photo of me playing guitar near him. I say we were jamming. We weren't. It was just an opportune photo moment, and I took it. He's a
Now-
really nice guy.
He apparently spoke to one of you guys.
Yes, he said that. And here's the thing: when you start a compliment and then lose it towards the end, but aren't aware of being that being the case, when he starts off going, "I loved hearing your music. You remind me of the good old days of thrash, and it really reminded me of Pantera." And I went, you were doing so well. But thank you anyway, Dave. I appreciate that.
Now, did you actually say that to him at the time?
Obviously not. I was shitting my pants. It was Dave Ellefson. No, I didn't say anything like that.
What did you say?
I just went, thank you. Thank you very much, Dave.
Now, you've got probably the primo time slot
I know.
on that night.
Fuck you.
What are you... Seeing as you're going to get to see them play before you, what are you
Yes.
going to do on the night to try and upstage everyone else, especially that opening band?
What am I
That
going to
shit-
do to upstage the rest of the bands?
Yeah.
Have you heard my music?
Yes.
Have you heard it? I'm not going to have to do shit other than play.
You better hope the audience doesn't
Yeah.
have modesty, I'll tell you what, because...
Well, if they haven't worked out what I'm all about yet, like, you're late to the party. What are we going to do? Look, we're going to do what we always do. I'm going to get up, make an absolute dick of myself while we thrash quite fast. We get given a 40-minute set, and we're probably going to play for about 30 minutes because we always rush it.
What do you think is so good about the Melbourne metal scene overall?
I knew this was coming. What do I love about the Melbourne metal scene? You know, every now and then you have one of those nights where you go out and you have a really good time, and everyone you talk to is like your mate, like you've known them forever. And I've really noticing in the last year or so that like the Melbourne metal community is kind of coming together and solidifying. Like everyone knows everyone, everyone's aware of each other's movements, and we're all there's less negativity and so much more support in the last couple of months. It's
'Cause
been
the
it's been
infighting
kind of
used to be a
incredible.
big issue.
Oh, the infighting was incredible.
Yeah.
I was so in on most of it as well. Like, I'm notorious. That's why you've heard of me. But that's kind of dying out. I think everyone's growing up a bit. Well, you know, I'm not getting any
Except for
younger.
you.
Yeah. I'm 25. Can you fucking believe it? But everyone's just kind of happy for each other. Like a lot of bands are moving overseas, doing their own touring, and it's not like, oh, why the fuck are they going to Europe? They're shit house. It's kind of like good on them. You know, they've worked hard. They're paying the price. They're doing their thing, and you know, all the best to them. Because it's not so much only one band's doing it anymore. Like there's a big spotlight on Australia, and I think everyone's responding to that by being like, let's take it fucking seriously and let's do it properly. Like people are, you know, getting international quality of recordings. They're going to Europe. They're touring this. They're supporting the right bands. It's all happening, and I've noticed just a lot more positive feelings and happiness.
With what you were saying just now, what do you think the future holds in all the things you were saying with the Melbourne metal scene? Because
What
I
the
think it's
future-
really bright, but
Well, what's really important, and I know this because I'm a professional. Den wouldn't have heard. The labels are actually paying a lot of attention to Australia at the moment, which is incredible.
cool.
a lot of the labels are kind of turning to Australia for this untapped market of high quality bands that are unheard of, that they can just quickly sign up, release an album, get like huge sales on it, and just like bring them overseas. And that's kind of really exciting for anyone who plays in this country, because that's always the dream. You never think it's going to happen, that you're going to get an email from Nuclear Blast. But, you know, maybe it'll happen one day. It might. But yeah, that's the thing, like the label interest, like the professional side of it. The people that actually can make us money and make us famous are starting to give a shit about Australia. And that's an exciting time to live in. And if you've done the groundwork in the last 5 years, then you're in a very good position. If you're doing the right thing, it might pay off. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.
Have I missed anything that you wanted to cover off?
No,
All right.
just I love each and every one of you. Heavy metal's fantastic. Melbourne's a beautiful place to live. It's a fantastic scene. Australia's awesome. Going to Europe's going to be sick. Keep watching the Hard Rock Show. It's like just honest blokes talking about good music. What more do you want? Thanks.
Thanks for coming down today. Appreciate
Not
it.
a problem. What a lovely drive.
If you can't tell by the get-up that we've got this clown in particular in now, we're about to review his EP. This is Espionage, self-titled debut EP.
The fuck
4
is this?
tracks, shut up, 15 minutes. Debut, like I said. And Jimmy, do you want first crack at this
Oh,
one?
all right, Andrew.
Yeah, go on.
I'll
Have
have
first crack at it. Go on.
This is total shit.
In the bin.
No. All right. I love the opening and Space Jam. It's very cool. There's these what are they, bombs or something?
Barrel exploding.
Barrel exploding. Right. There's a barrel exploding, and it's very well done, leading into the Space Jam. I think that's how it's done. I know.
Great TV.
I know how much work that this bloke put into this, and so he does deserve praise. As much as I hate praising him, he does deserve.
You're not the only one.
He does deserve some praise for this, because he has worked extremely hard. He's basically
Done
recorded the
himself,
whole thing
yeah.
himself in a way, mixed it himself, and all that sort of stuff. What did Chris Themelko do? He mastered it. Yeah. Okay. So Chris mastered it. Dennis pretty much did the rest. And, you know, he's done a pretty good job. The guitars sound awesome, as I expected. I knew they would,
Yeah,
because
if you didn't
he's
get that out
doing
of
it.
him, that's a problem.
So the guitars definitely stack up. Now, I had written down here, it's funny because I can hear Dennis's backing vocals, and I'm sure that he made them deliberately loud so that everyone could hear his voice. But then he's told me that he's only done backing vocals on one song, which surprises me. You're losing this. Just keep it up.
He's lost everything anyway, doesn't matter.
Anyway, look, it's pretty
Starting
good
order.
old school thrash / power metal. There's a bit of both in there, okay? And it's cool. It's pretty cool. This band is still in its early stages, so it's only going to grow, I think, as time goes on, and there's going to be better songs coming out. And
Before you go on, how long has the band been together, Dennis?
1 year. 1 year. Don't lose that. That's important.
I'm trying.
1 year. So yeah, the band's still in its early stages, and it's only going to grow and get better. They are advertising for a drummer as we speak. So if you are a drummer and you hear this stuff and you like it, get onto this dude, because they need a drummer.
Or the page.
Yeah, or the page. They need a drummer. Frosty. He's probably going to belt me.
He's
Nah.
as skinny as a twig, man. What's he gonna do?
No. Frosty's a good guy. Now, look, Frosty only recently took on the lead vocals with this band. He was mainly a bass player.
Yep.
Now he's a bass player and a vocalist, and it's a credit to him, because I couldn't do it. That's for sure. You know, it's pretty
I'm
hard.
going to leave that alone.
He can hit some big notes, this dude, but he's only going to get better the more he sings, and he needs to keep going. You know, keep practicing, all that sort of stuff, which he's doing, no doubt. And he's going to get better as he goes along. The performances are really good. I think the band's got a lot of potential in them, even though he's part of it, which makes me sick. Nah. Am I using up all the time?
Yes, you are. We've got
Shit.
30 seconds to
All
go.
right, sorry. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, Dennis. And I had Fight for Your Life as my favourite Espionage song, and I'm already looking forward to EP number 2. My apologies, Andrew.
Bullshit. Anyway, now you've given the nice review. Allow me to retort. Now, he's shitting bricks onto that mask. You just can't see it yet. He was afraid of me doing this to begin with. It's great composition and songs. Awesome ideas on here. You mentioned Space Jam, the opening track, how you loved that part.
Yeah.
I didn't like the very opening of it.
Oh, really?
I thought the instrumental where it kicks in with the guitars and that is pretty good. Put it through the fucking nose.
Okay, where's the hole?
Story of your life. Anyway, I can't believe it's going on TV. Yeah, so the Space Jam part, yeah, get rid of the opening wail and all that sort of stuff.
Welcome.
Yeah, no, that can all go in the bin, mate. That can really go in the bin.
Wow.
It's a tribute to Sinner.
I don't give a shit. It sounded crap, and I reckon if you just
Wow.
opened with the instrumental part of it, it would have been a lot better. Shut up! You had 4 minutes! Boom! Boom! Alright, now,
What are you doing?
that said,
I can't see.
the overall thing, shut up!
You're not supposed
Okay,
to
the
say.
overall thing of this, if you get this bloke here, which is fucking hard to do, if you get him, you'll get this EP. If you don't get him, then good luck. Guitar work is faultless on this album. I will praise that to here and eternity and beyond. That is great stuff. The bass is also super tight. That performance is fantastic. I know it's programmed drums on this, and that's harder to work with, but I would really love to hear this done with real drums next time, please, Dennis.
Ow.
There are timing and some pitch issues with the vocalist. I think Frosty has done well to improve the way he has, but there is more work to be done, and I think you need to hear yourself back a bit more and I guess learn how to work the studio versus the live setting, because he's better live than is represented on this CD. The effort and gusto is great on this. More application and attention to detail is required though overall. I also think that an external influence on this band is required, and so having Themelko get involved with more of the mixing and production on this is a good step to take and
Yeah.
to do more of that, because you need an outside influence on this band.
Agreed.
It's very hard to do it all yourself, which you have done, and a credit to you for doing that, but you need someone else to tell you when to take a step back and look at it from the overall picture. I listened to this on 5 different systems with 5 different results. Okay. This is best listened to on a big system in a loud room. You'll get it then.
Yeah.
I really do believe that.
Yep. Spot on, Andrew. Once again.
Yeah. There is nice layering throughout this whole thing, so the overall mix and production is really good. It just needs some tightening up. I like the approach and the theory moving forward. I like where this band is going. It's a good starting point, and I'm very much looking forward to the future on top of what we heard earlier tonight, which is a sneak peek of EP number 2 already in the works. This, what I'm saying now, is not a representation of them live. Live, they are fantastic, so I encourage you to go and get to a gig, and I do genuinely mean that, having seen them a couple of times. They are fantastic live. They do rip it out. It's great stuff. I'll give it a generous 7 out of 10. I picked Fight for Your Life and
Espionage.
Espionage, yes. I put Espionage down here, which confused the shit out of me. The acoustic part on Espionage is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that is very
I love
cool.
that.
Very
That was
cool.
brilliantly done.
Yep.
An instrumental from you guys would be fantastic, I reckon. I want to hear that. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, 7 out of 10. It's good stuff. We'll give you a taste right now.
This week's clip of the week is a band from Melbourne called Desecrator, and I thought while we're on this heavy kind of episode, I'd throw in a heavy clip. Desecrator, the song is called Red Steel Nation. I can pronounce, I know I'm stupid, but I can pronounce words.
Sometimes.
Red Steel Nation, get into it. This is pretty
You
full
can't
on.
count.
This is pretty full on, so enjoy.
Well, that's it for another week. As always, details are at the bottom of the screen, and don't forget to get to...
THRS Radio, Andrew.
Yes.
We've got some massive stuff happening on...
We do.
I'm
Absolutely we do.
I'm going to do a death metal show, believe it or not.
Black metal.
A black metal and death metal, all mixed in.
So pro, just like everything else we do. Give us the details. Where can we all see you? The whole point of this episode was...
You can catch Harlott's album launch, Demonhead's album launch, and Espionage's, Sexpionage's, Titspionage's, whatever you want to call it, EP launch at the Bendigo Hotel. That's in Collingwood, not Bendigo. April 24th, Bendigo Hotel. I'm pretty sure it's $15 entry. I'm not too sure. It's Espionage, 7:50 p.m. Hidden Intent from SA. Demonhead, Harlott, Eye of the Enemy. Bendigo Hotel, April 24th. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, get
You
down
got
there.
3 launches in one night. Like, where else can you find that shit from
And
Melbourne?
We'll all be there.
And we'll be wasted. I'm getting this fucker wasted.
And it's Andrew Brown's birthday that day, so come down and buy the man a drink.
Yeah,
he will
this is going to
need
go
it.
pear-shaped.
Yeah.
I'm going to be useless that night, so just be forewarned. But I think we've covered everything off.
Yeah.
We'll be
pretty
back
much.
again same time next week with a bit more of our regular format, but this is a special episode tonight. But until then, I'm Andrew.
I'm Den.
I'm Jimmy,
Until next week, we'll see you again.
Drink up.
and Sexpionage on. Harlott or Demonhead next?
Sexpionage.
Which one?
You're last, buddy.
What?
Righto, dickhead.
Put this up.
I can't see. I can't hear. Wait. We gotta get the straw thing organised first. So hold on. Ow! Can you not?
Where's the hammer?
Where's the straw go? I can't see. Why can't I see?
You're not allowed to see.
This is fucked.
Yeah.
This
My
is funny.
sombrero's gone.
Shut up, you baby. You'll get your bottle in a second.
Wah. Not the mama. Shut up. I'll be a quick.
Oh my god, run.
I'll be a quick.
You want him to run, he can't fucking walk.
I can run. Woo!
Fuck.
I told you.
That's right, Andrew.
I told you.
Wake up when it's over for you, Johnny.